Okay, guys, this is Steve from abroad, um, upstairs in my house with the more natural light. So I'm going to talk about more in depth of dating in Colombia, right? So when you're dating in Colombia, it's pretty nice, right? So there might be this issue with you being black, if you are black. That's what I've been hearing, that there might be an issue. I only really deal with Afro Latinas, so I don't really know if there's an issue dating a white Latina or a Venezuelan. I've had a lot more success with Afro Latinas, right? So, um, had a lot of success. The only time I really messed up a date or a date didn't go well is if I myself messed it up, right? So, I'm right now. I'm 30 years old. I'm relatively in shape, decent shape. I'm not crazy tall. I'd be like 5'9". So I'm pretty much very average. So that's kind of like my physique, and I would say dating is went very well, considering that I was only dating Afro Latinas, right? So if you're trying to date other Latinas, you just I think it can still go well as long as you're being patient. Be patient. Take your time. Kind of um, just kind of just learn Spanish, right? That's going to help you a lot. If you can learn Spanish, that would increase your odds. Okay, so what are places that you can take a chick when you're headed out for a date? Um, there's a lot of good restaurants. Um, you can go to a park. A lot of good parks you can go to. Like the chicks in Colombia, for the most part, right? Or at least in Cali, Colombia, for the most part that I've gone to, were pretty much, they were very just normal. They didn't really, expect much. They're not really looking for some crazy, restaurant or place that you can go to spend a lot of money. They're just like down to earth chicks who you can just, take to a good little restaurant, have some food. You can rap, you can just chill, talk. And they're, to me, the chicks are more romantic, right? They like to just like talk. That's why learning Spanish in terms of your dating life is so much. I think is the most important thing, because if you can learn Spanish, that just changes everything, right? So now there's no excuses. There's no she can't make an excuse, right? And that will improve your odds like dramatically. Like if I knew Spanish like fluently, because I know a good amount of Spanish currently, and while I was dating, but if I knew it fluently, that would improve my dating life a lot. Currently I do have a girlfriend. Things are going quite well. I believe she's like 22. And I actually met on Tinder, right? So that's another thing. People say don't use dating apps, right? Which it. I would say just be cautious when you use dating apps, right? I know people have all these stories. People can bring up all these stories on, someone meeting a chick off of Tinder, and the chick drugging the dude. So just be cautious when you meet chicks on these dating platforms. But if you use Tinder and all these other dating platforms with caution, you can definitely like meet quality females on there, right? Just take your time, get their Instagram, vet them out, talk to them for. I would say, if you're outside of the United States, just pregame them, right? You might be planning your flight next month, right? So in that time, you're just swiping, you're talking, like, and talk for a while on whatever platform you're using, and then be like, yo, let me get your Instagram, let me get your WhatsApp. I would actually advise to get the Instagram, because that way you can kind of look at the pictures, right? So you can see what she's doing, where she's going, who she's with, kind of break down, see how many friends she has, kind of go through and kind of do some investigating, right? Look at her body, look what she looks like, go through her stories, and just pay attention to what she's posting, and that would tell you a lot about the individual. So all this, don't use Tinder, don't use these dating apps. They're too dangerous, or for people who are dumb, who only purpose for using it was just to get quick, box from a chick, right? So you gotta use these apps the appropriate way. Use it as a vetting, uh, you know, platform, vet them out, get them over to Instagram, just keep vetting them out. Just go through their profile, and then that will really help you. I highly recommend that. So I've had a lot of success on Tinder, and it just makes life easier. Because imagine you're working, right? You don't got time to be going out trying to find chicks. You might not have all the time to go to parties and meet chicks. And if your Spanish isn't good, Tinder and all these other platforms are good, right? They're definitely gonna improve and help you see what's out there. But I would still say that learning Spanish is better because you're gonna be able to go out and meet chicks. And I think that some of the best looking females are not gonna be on Tinder. And that's not me, or whatever dating platform. And that's not me saying that they're not beautiful females on these dating platforms, because there are. Colombia has a lot of beautiful females. I'm just saying that when you go in person, you're gonna see a way more, right? And that to me is like way better. That's where I've met most of the best looking females, right? Nice looking, nice body, working out, in shape. That's my advice on dating apps. Another good spot would be, I would say, the gym or like the supermarket, right? If you're just walking around, let's say you go to the gym working out, you see a beautiful female, I would say try to don't approach her in the gym, but try to wait for her at the door. Don't make it too obvious, and don't make it like you're stalking her. Just make it like, hey, maybe you're just walking in, right? Be like, hola, ¿cómo está? My number is Ethan, which means that, hey, how are you? My name is Ethan. And then, well, what about you, Ethu? And she'll respond, and then try to go from there. That to me is like what I've been doing. I had a ton of success because I've always been a guy that would just cold approach. Even in America, I would cold approach like crazy. So it's normal to me. And I had a lot of success with cold approaching. Most of the chicks I cold approach, right? Because you're a foreigner in Colombia. That's the main way. My experience with dating is that it's pretty good, in terms of Afro-Latinos, right? Because I can only really give you guys advice on the Afro-Latinos because I haven't dated anything else. That's what I kind of prefer. I prefer black chicks, so I did Afro-Latinas, and that has worked very well. From time to time, I did get rejected, right? You might just get curved, like she won't even hear you talk, hear you, speak, basically. That happened about I'll say 3 times, right? But for the most part, most chicks are at least going to be open to talking to you, right? You're gonna have a lot of success with the Alpha Latinas because most of them are single. Unfortunately, for them, but for you, you're fortunate because if that's what you're into, right? Then you're gonna definitely have a lot of success, man. I'm talking about slim, pretty, chicks that are in the gym, BBLs. If you like that, plenty of Afro-Latinos with BBLs. Man, I'm telling you, man, the craziest chicks out there. Oof. Man, it's crazy. That's just meeting chicks in real life, right? If you're just meeting chicks in real life, but you're gonna be doing it unless you know people. But to me, this is the easiest and fastest way to meet chicks, right? But that's my kind of 2 cents of dating in Colombia. And thank you guys for subscribing. You guys have been doing a great job. Please subscribe, and I'm going to keep posting more content. You guys have a wonderful day. You enjoy.